watching the Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop still is a great show, but like honestly, this just knock out the biggest things in the show that people love to talk about the most. Because I like talking about it, but it's literally not as deep as what I've seen a lot of people bring up, which is the characters. Okay, let's talk about a few of them. Jet, um, retired cop, a little bit of a dirty cop, maybe, but then you find out that he's not. He was just a straight arrow cop, but apparently he big like petty. Maybe not petty is the word. Maybe like he's done, I guess, with the life after being fucked on as a cop. So he just took off, and that's where I would actually like to know more about it. Honestly, just you know what? Honestly, a little bit more about Jet, real quick. Honestly, how did he get the ship? How did he get the Bebop? Like, I know from the anime, from watching that, I don't know much other stuff like material. Everything I'm talking about is what I've understood from the anime in general. But I mean, like, how did he get the Bebop? Like, did he just, like, did he buy it? Did he just retire and have a ginormous, like, a big old, like, retirement fund? What did he do? But either way, Jet's retired. He's a cop, was a cop. He still has connections, and he just goes off and becomes a bounty hunter. Not sure how he meets Spike, but they both meet, and they both just start working together. I guess it would be more or less like he's going off his ship and he bumps into Spike and Spike robs him or some shit like that, like we've seen him do in the show, and then Jet calls him out for it and he's like, "Yo, that was pretty good. We should chill together." And then Jet just goes, "Yeah, okay." Maybe something like that's how they joined. I don't know. Maybe. But like that's one of the biggest issues that I have with the show is I would have just liked to have seen a little bit more of each character. Speaking of characters, moving on to the other character. Spike, Mr. Suave, Mr. the Dog, aka Dog. Dude, whole goal was he wanted to fuck his best friend's girl, Julia. I mean, you could say his goal wasn't that, but I mean, come on. Like, he was a bounty hunter, but before that, he was a big hitman. A big old, just big hitman guy. Huge, apparently. And then what happens next is he doesn't want the life anymore because he wanted Vicious's sweet, sweet Julia, and he wanted to give it all up for that. And Vicious was like, "Nah, mate." And then Spike goes, "Joke's on you. I'm going to screw your girl and take off." That was kind of the plot of what Spike is. Spike isn't really deep at all. He's just a normal guy that just wanted to be a dog to his friend. I mean, that's kind of what went down. He's running from his past, of course. I wonder why he's running from his past. I wonder why. Anyway, he don't want none of it now. Now he's just living as an empty shell of his old self, helping Jet survive, doing bounties, and just living up in space, doing what you want. Pretty nice, I guess. Faye Valentine, the girl who forgot her name, pretty much, just like the video game. Could have based it on that too. Girl who forgot her name. I think her and Kiryu might have a lot of stuff in common, maybe. I don't know. But, honestly, let's just end with her. We're going to move on past her. Because, like, here she is, yeah, but she just forgot her name and she forgot herself. And she's been living as whoever the hell she designed herself to be. All right, fuck it. Moving on. To my favorite character, Radical Ed. She's great. because she's a nutcase. I have no idea why or how she was living in some kind of landfill when they found her. And then she somehow just. Honestly, I don't understand her very much besides the point of she's my favorite because she's just unhinged chaos of she's going to do random shit and you can't really stop her. Like she started controlling their plane like a drone and just flopping it around everywhere like a kid with his dick out pretty much. And then you have her being just over here trying to be a bounty hunter, but I guess she's not really a bounty hunter. She just kind of just joined the crew. She just wanted to play bounty hunter, honestly. So, I mean, it works because she's still my favorite because she starts playing chess with some old fuck across space. How did she find a guy across space to play chess with? Like, and don't give me that shit with, well, duh, you can just turn on a chess match and fight somebody. And yeah, I get that. Duh. But I mean, how did she... You don't know what she's doing, pretty much is what I mean. You don't know anything about what she's doing half the time. And it's awesome because just like with that one bounty guy, she starts looking at him nonstop, making him blush, and he's like, and then she bites him. If you don't know what I mean, you gotta go back and watch the show some. It's like real early. But she just bites the dude for no reason. And not just that, let's talk about a side character that's kind of more interesting than most of the cast. Ed's dad. What is up with him? He just shows up with a basket of eggs. And he slaps the hell out of Spike? What's going on there? Huh? You know? But I still love the show. It's a great show, but it's not a deep show. It's a funny, hilarious show of look at what happens to Spike at the end of the show. And then you go, oh, he's chasing himself to redeem himself. Kind of. He more or less went back to Vicious to get mad at him again, to White Knight over Julia's dead and you're the cause of it. I'm mad about this. And then let's not even talk about the full end. Well, you know what? Let's dive into just a tiny bit, which is Spike is dead. The man's not getting up from all of that. You don't know what I mean? I'm not sure what you're doing not looking at it by now. He bull rushes the syndicate, runs in with grenades in hand and a few guns and ammunition. Honestly, if we're talking about real life situations, we all know how that would have went. There wouldn't have been no walking in that easily. I mean, come on. That was ridiculous how easy he walked up in there. But we'll go along for his journey, which is there he went. He beat him, took on Vicious, killed Vicious, and he died in the process. Speaking of Vicious, the man that also made no sense. You got the old heads of the syndicate. They're controlling everything in their big ass ship. They even know that Vicious is be a plotting hedonist bitch. They even know it. They're like, we're on to you, Snake. We're on to you. But they still die by him. I don't know. Either way, how does he take over? You're telling me that he kills the old heads and he just goes, yep, now I'm the boss? And everybody just goes, yeah, that sounds right to me. Come on. That's goofy. It's real goofy. Makes for a great anime, but real goofy if you have to think hard at all about it. But, you know, I'll leave off of that. I enjoyed the show. I'm not throwing shade at anybody else on how they interpreted the show at all. Everybody has to enjoy anime their own way, you know. I never want to take that away. Enjoy it how you need to. I enjoyed it that way. I thought it was a hilarious thing about going, my couple of times of rewatching this anime and I've realized something that it's not that deep. That's what I came to, you know? To each their own. I still enjoy the show. I loved it a lot. Great show. It's not the best, but it is up there. It is definitely up there. You know, if you want to give yourself a laugh, or if you want to just punish yourself, not sure which one you want to go for, a laugh or a punish. You could go look at the Netflix live action Cowboy Bebop. I'm not telling you to go do it, but it would be hilarious if you did go do it and just go put yourself through at least just a few episodes. You know, just how about just like the half the first episode, just to see. But you gotta watch Cowboy Bebop, the original anime first before you go look at the live action. Because it's not funny if you just go look at the live action. You'll just sit there and just go, okay, it's bad. You know, if you look at it after you watch the anime, you might have a different thought about it. I don't know. But that's it for me on my Bebop video. Enjoy Bebop. I hope everybody else enjoys it. But hey, that's what I think about it. It was goofy. I'll leave it like that. Until then.